الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي امري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار رب زدني علما. Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon everyone. Hope you will be feeling great today. And whatever activity of your life you are carrying out, hope that you will be making proper planning about that, you will be making proper homework about that, and you will be taking intentional decisions about each and everything in your life. Because without thinking, we cannot achieve our goals easily, so we have to think before we take any action. We should think about it, we should think about the way we have to carry out that activity. So when we give little bit thought to something, then we can do it easily and we can do it with little bit more satisfaction. It is said an hour of planning can save you 10 hours of doing. This quotation, it shows us the importance of planning, that how much planning is important in our life and how much time it can save for us. So when we spend 1 hour on planning, we can easily save 10 hours for ourselves. So this is the importance of planning. The planning, it saves us time. Planning saves us time, planning saves us energy, planning saves us resources, planning saves us money, and planning also gives us a clear direction. And because of planning, we are also confident, we are also more effective, because we develop more focus, because we know our goals. So we work for achieving those goals and we only think about the results all the time. So that's why planning is important for each and every activity of our life, and we must develop this habit of planning or each and every activity before undertaking that. Now the question is, what is planning? Planning is deciding in advance what to do, how to do, when to do, and who to do it. As far as the function of planning is concerned, so the function of planning is establishing objectives and giving it logical order, or prioritizing the objectives in a logical or convincing order. Planning is the process of organizing your ideas into actionable steps. Now, whatever ideas we have about doing something, when we start organizing those ideas into actionable steps or practical steps, when we practically apply those ideas in our daily life, so this is how we make planning for that. So as I told you about the importance of planning, that planning has a great role in our success. Those people who make planning for their each and every activity, normally they get more success in their lives as compared to those people who don't plan any of their life activity. They do everything randomly, unintentionally. So it is important that we must know the importance of planning, and we must also know how to make a planning. So in the start, we will not be a good planner, but slowly and gradually when we practice it, this is a skill. Making a plan is a skill. So when we practice this skill for so many different activities of our life, so slowly and gradually we start mastering this skill, we start developing this skill. And then a time comes that we become a master planner. So we have to take a start and we should make it our habit. And then it will become when it becomes our habit, and when we practice planning for each and every activity, so this is how slowly and gradually we become an expert and accomplished planner. Now, what is the importance of planning, or what are the advantages or benefits of planning for us? So, one of the most important benefit of planning is whatever resources are available to us for making planning. So if we want to make the best use of all those resources, then we must plan that activity. Now, what are those resources? Resources in the form of people. If some skilled labor is available to us, some people are available to us. Resources can be in the form of people, it can be in the form of or time. Time is also a resource. It can be in the form of money. Money is also a resource. It can be in the form of equipment. Equipment is also a source, or energy. So these are the different resources. Now, when we know how to make the best use of the people available, and how to make the best use of our time, and how to make the best use of our money, and how to make the best use of equipment. So, this is how we start learning about planning. This is how we start planning. So, in planning, we come to know about how to make the best use of all our available resources. And this is how we don't waste our resources, rather we invest each and every resource in a great way, in a useful way, and we achieve our objectives. And when we start planning these resources, so we want that these resources should contribute effectively in our success. So we do all these things for our success. So this is why planning is important. There are so many other benefits of planning, like it gives us a sense of direction. When we make a planning, so we come to know about our direction, we come to know about our goals, our targets. So it is important that before making a planning, we must know about our objectives, we must be clear about our goals, we must be clear about our targets. So whenever we perform an activity, whenever we start an activity, we must ask this question from ourselves, that why I am doing it? What objective do you want to get from this activity? So then our objectives must be clear. So when the objectives are clear, so our planning will give us a direction, a proper direction. And when we know about the proper direction, so when we are clear about our direction, so it will make us confident, and we will be clear about our goals, and we will not be confused. We will be clear, we will be confident, we will be able to focus on that. So the next important advantage of planning is it gives we focus our attention on objectives and results. So it gives us focus as well. It develops our focus, because when you make a planning, in the planning you identify your objectives, your goals, your targets. So then you start working on achieving those targets. So you start focusing on the goals and you start focusing on the results. What results do you want from that project, from that activity? So this is another advantage of planning, that we start focusing our attention on goals and results. And this is why we can achieve it as well, because we focus on it. So there is a quotation that focus grows where focus goes, energy flows. Or where focus goes, it multiplies. So when we focus on the results, the goals, so we will get more goals, we will get more results. The next important advantage of planning is it establishes a basis for a teamwork. When we make a planning, so we also include other people in that to achieve our goals and objectives. So this is a basis for a teamwork as well. So we develop a teamwork, and then it is easy for us to achieve our goals in a team. Because in team there are different people, they have different talent, they have different skill, and they contribute differently, so it makes the task easy. So therefore planning provides a basis for teamwork. The next important advantage or benefit of planning is we anticipate challenges or problems, and we also tackle the change. When we prepare planning, so we in the planning we also think about the challenges or the difficulties, that these things where I can face these things, or I may face these challenges, these activities, these difficulties. So we also try to find out solution to all those challenges, and how I will face these challenges, how I will overcome these challenges. So that's why planning is important, because we think it, we anticipate in advance the challenges, the difficulties, the problem, and how to tackle the change. If there's a change occurs, so how to cope with that change, how to use that change for our benefit, for our success. So when we know in advance about something, then and we're ready for that, so it becomes easy to overcome that challenge, and it becomes easy to handle that challenge, because we are ready, we are mentally prepared for that very thing. So planning makes us mentally ready and mentally prepared for the challenges, different challenges. Another important advantage of planning is it provides guidelines for taking decision. Now when we make a planning, so the planning provides us guidelines, and on the basis of those guidelines, we take decisions. So planning also makes us a good decision maker. So planning makes us a problem solver, planning makes us a good decision maker, it makes us a good leader, it makes us a good mentor, it makes us a wise person, it makes us an experienced person, and it makes us ready for challenges, facing challenges. So if you want to achieve any goals in your life, if you want to achieve any of your objective, any of your target, then you must make a plan, proper planning for that. And in planning you must set clear goals, and then whatever resources are available to you, you must try to incorporate all those resources, make the best use of those resources. So this is how you will achieve your goals. So planning has a lot of importance in our life, and all the successful people, they are good planner. Because of their planning skills, they have achieved success in their lives. Because planning makes the task easier for us. Because when we make a planning, so we remove most of the distractions, we overcome most of the confusion. And when you are aware of what to do, what step to take, when to take it, when you are aware of these things, so it also gives you the confidence, it boosts our confidence, it boosts our morale, it boosts our spirit, and it gives us energy as well. So when we focus on the goals and the objectives and we work for that, so definitely we achieve it. Even if we fail, for example, we make a planning for something and we couldn't get the results, so we should not change the goal. We should make changes to the planning, and we should. Why did we get failed? Why we couldn't make best use of some of the resources? So if we haven't made use of, for example, we are preparing for an exam, and we are expecting, we have set some targets for ourselves, and we didn't get those targets. Now we should revisit our planning, we should reflect about our planning, that what went wrong, whether I couldn't utilize the time properly, or I couldn't utilize the other resources properly. So if we haven't utilized our time wisely and properly, then next time we must utilize it properly, and this is how we will show better result next time. And this is how we will get success. So it is said that when we fail, we should not change the goal, the target, rather we should change the planning. So this is how we will become an expert planner, and this is how we will be able to achieve all our objectives easily in our life. So if you want to have a successful life, if you want to be confident in our life, and if you want to not only achieve our goals in life, but also we want to enjoy the journey, the process, then we must develop the habit of making planning before our each and every activity. We should make it our habit. And it will make life easy for us. It will make the project easy for us. It will make each and every activity of our life easy for us. Not only easy, but enjoyable as well. So if you want to enjoy our life and if you want to live a successful life, then we must start planning out our each and every activity. It is said about planning that planning is bringing the future into the present so that you can do something about it now. So what is planning? Planning is bringing the future into the present so that you can do something about it. For example, you have set a target that you want to become an officer, you want to become a doctor, an engineer, or you want to become a successful businessman or an entrepreneur. So in the future, after 10 years, after 15 or 20 years, you want to become a successful businessman or a successful officer or a great human being. So now you make a planning for it today. So you have brought the future into the present. You brought the future into the present, and now you are doing something about it. You are thinking about it. You are thinking about the available resources. You are thinking about the process. How can you do it? How can you achieve it? How can you perform this activity? How can you become a successful person? So this is the advantage of planning, that you bring the future into the present moment, and then you start working on it. So this is how you visualize your future. And when you visualize something, there is a law of attraction as well, that ask, perceive and achieve. Ask, believe and receive. Ask, believe and receive. So it is in planning, normally we ask, we set the goals, and then we believe that we will achieve this, and then we really receive it, or we really achieve it. So this was all about today's session. We discussed what is planning, what is the importance of planning, and why we should plan our each and every activity. I also share 2 important quotations with you about the importance of planning. Hope you find the topic useful for yourself, and hope you will act upon it